Ha ha. He can't stop. That's why he's in the insane asylum. Huh? Oh, he's back.
What came back to? What the hell?
I was going to say, man, these undead are all up on that forehead, man. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, Jesus! Nicholas, as a person who lives in a world of darkness, and I'm saying this just as per reference, as a metal singer, as someone who has to conjure up darkness in order to write lyrics for some pretty heavy music. What are some scary things that you've thought up that even scare you?
That I've thought up that scare me?
Yes. Things that are just like, make you just go, whoa.
Mostly stuff like that I've ended up dreaming about.
Yeah.
Such as when I was in, I think, the end of elementary school to early middle school. I even told my friend Zach about this at church. I had a nightmare that I was in our church, which was a very big building, very old building. It used to be a school. My dad actually went to school there when he was a kid. And it was like at night and nobody else was there, and it was creepy as shit, and there were monsters and stuff. And it's just something about that building, despite supposedly being a place of worship. Honestly, there's a creepy factor to churches at night when nobody's there for some reason, in general, I've noticed. Like, at least as a kid, I thought that.
Well...
but, like, that kind of freaked me out. And then there's, I don't know, like, I have a lot of, sort of daydreams of, like, apocalyptic events that I'm just like, how terrifying would that be to know everyone's going to be erased in, like, a set amount of time, and there's nothing we can do about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've had those before.
And that's why several of my songs have, like, apocalyptic undertones to them. So, like, Apophis is about the Egyptian god of chaos coming back and destroying the earth. And the 11th plague is about essentially an end times plague of locusts and horrible things and stuff.
Yes. Yeah, because some of the lyrics I've seen of your songs, especially for Paradoxum, I've just been like, ooh, damn, it's pretty dark stuff. And, that's the thing about the human psyche. The human psyche can go some pretty dark places. One that I thought of, it's actually a story that I've had written for a long time. And it's about this character's evolution of, like, basically, he starts out as a person who wants to help. I mean, it's basically an apocalyptic scenario like you were talking about. This guy is basically, like, trying to help. He wants to help people. But the more he helps people, sometimes they wind up either getting killed or, in the worst case, some of them wind up betraying him. And it gets to the point where this group of guys, which basically took out his entire commune, he tracks them down and he kills them. And then the last one left, he basically kills all of them, but then the last one left alive is this little kid.
That's pretty dark.
Yeah, and basically from that point on, he's basically just like, in his mind, he's made up the fact that humanity's not worth saving. Fuck humanity is basically where he's at mentally. And me, while I was coming up with this character, I just thought to myself, holy shit. Wow. I might need to talk to somebody. Quite literally. I was just like, as I was done writing it, I sat back, I was just like, I worry about my mental health sometimes.
Honestly, like, I've kind of wondered the same thing a couple times based off of just concepts I've come up with, but it's pretty easy to write about very sociopathic, mentally disturbed characters by just writing the opposite of like what you feel if you're a person with a lot of empathy and such.
I guess.
And if you just write about things that you think would be terrifying if they happened to you. I came up with like the worst fucking torture concept of all time in humanity. I have I have a couple things to talk about here because this one you might have to censor out depending on YouTube. So have you ever seen what happens if you turn a can of compressed air upside down and spray it?
Yes.
Like on a surface.
Yes.
Like it freezes like instantly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's got this long, slender tube, right?
I know where this is going.
And I mean, I feel like you could just like tell whoever you're trying to interrogate, if you were ever trying to interrogate like a terrorist or somebody, like what you plan to do. You probably start getting info before you ever had to do this to them, because you could just like take a straw, right, and just be like, so if I spray it inside the straw and just like kind of hold it up and just look inside, see all that ice in there? And it's like, it looks uncomfortable, right? Especially, imagine that was your.
I am gonna have to censor a little bit of that, just a little bit. That last part kind of got people.
It's one of the darkest things I've ever thought of. Like, but it's just like, that would be god awful. Like, I don't know why I thought of that, but. But anyways, what I was gonna ask is, what's the scariest thing that you haven't come up with that you've seen someone else come up with, in your opinion?
I would say probably some of the stuff that Junji Ito has brought into life from his mind.
Very respectful.
I
respect the hell out of
some of the
Junji Ito.
concepts that he comes up with is just it's a certain depth of discomfort I didn't think I had. And then I see Junji Ito's work, and I see just how detailed he is with it, and it just
and you're just like, ugh.
Sends a chill down my spine thinking about it sometimes.
Well, you got to give it to Japan, because that's kind of the same for me. And like, everybody knows the one thing I'm actually terrified of that exists for sure, which is sharks. But the other thing, as a concept, is Japan has in their folklore a type of ghost called an onryo.
Basically,
and if you don't,
it doesn't stop.
No, if you don't know what that is, you've probably seen it if you've seen The Grudge.
The Grudge, yeah.
And it's like a place is cursed by some sort of rage-induced death. And if you set foot in that place, the curse latches onto you like a parasite and absorbs you into it.
Basically, you cannot escape it no matter what you do.
There's basically nothing you can do about it. And that's just terrifying, that like you could just walk into a random house that you just had to go to for like a minute for some reason, and then all of a sudden you basically, signed a death warrant.
The only way to prevent anyone from ever having to go through that is to literally burn the house down.
And that's if someone actually knew, because it's going to kill everybody that sets foot in it, so it's going to be hard to figure it out until the bodies start to pile up and the investigators start to put two and two together. And most of the time, the police are not going to humor the idea that something supernatural is happening to people. It's like it's going to be more of a case of just a lot of missing people that someone might eventually find out just all happened to go to the same place at some point, and then the investigator might just go with the information in hand and end up sucked into it himself. So it's like, it's just really scary. It's almost like a little black hole of evil, like that it just exists on Earth.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, we got a little sidetracked on talking about scary stuff, and
because we're going to be watching scary stuff.
Exactly. Scary Comp.
Or at least it's relevant.
Scary Comp version 19 by a channel called Bizarre Bub.
We can't always say that our discussions remain relevant to what we're going to be watching.
No, but in this case, I think we remain pretty close on topic in terms of discussing scary stuff. So let's go ahead and get into this.
This was recommended on our Discord, by the way.
Yes.
And if you have recommendations for us, you can put them on the request channel.
Right down there in the description.
I saw this one and I pointed it out tonight. I was like, this channel looks pretty cool.
I guess without further ado, here we go.
Alright, so I got something pretty creepy. Something really strange is happening in the district of Sabak Burnham. People are waking up in the middle of the night because someone is knocking on their front doors. But when they check to see who it is, no one's there. Luckily though, someone got footage of this creepy phenomenon.
They have like a metal
by
grate
far,
in front of
the
their door
creepiest
where nothing
encounter
could
has
even
to be
knock
this
on their
one.
wood part of their door.
Say what?
They have like a wooden grate on their door. It looks like nobody could even knock on the wood part of the door. I guess maybe they can knock on the frame next to it, but
Yeah.
just literally like a ghost door knocker going around.
Ding dong ditch.
One.
Oh, that's fucking scary.
You know, did that go?
Yeah.
And we can see outside. There's no one out there.
Yeah. He's brave as hell to just stand next to that while it's doing that.
A piece of advice that someone has shared with me is that you should never open the door for anyone who isn't there. If you do, then you might be inviting something in, and that something isn't something you want.
Yeah.
Dominic Matijan was home alone when he caught this on camera.
Okay, so I'm literally home alone. Listen to how loud and aggressive it is.
Fuck no.
That's why we're moving.
Yeah.
This is definitely me
Move
when
out,
someone's
burn it down.
hogging up the bathroom. Maybe the reason why it's knocking so aggressively is because it's not a ghost, but rather something else. But, as always, I'll let you be the judge of that.
It's pretty
Ashley
terrifying.
Kettering had a camera placed in her basement where she captured something pretty creepy.
Saw that.
That's one of those that I'm like, I could easily do
Now,
doctor
some viewers
footage.
think that this
Yeah.
could have been an image cast by a projector, but Ashley states that there was no projector whatsoever.
Said that it was a projector. All I have is this. So, see, this is like a bookshelf right here, and this is the wall. See how it would turn?
So what do you think? Real or fake?
It did kind of turn onto the wall though.
Kind of, a little
A
bit.
user on Reddit posted the following video and writes, "Please help. I don't know what this is. It was in my baby's room, but when I went to check, nobody was there."
Ho ho ho!
What the fuck?
That was cool looking. Even if it's fake, it's cool looking. That looks creepy as
The
shit.
first thing that comes
Look
to
at the
my
hand. It's like long.
Yeah, it's like got like a tree branch for a hand. And
When
it's
I
got
see
like teeth.
this is
Yeah.
Trevor
White
Henderson.
teeth you can see.
His
Yeah.
work is just the stuff of nightmares, which you should definitely check out. But unlike the characters in his artwork, this one might be real.
That's pretty creepy.
Reddit user Shadow12 was at home when he captured the following on camera. Shadow12 writes, "This was in my house last year. Scared me so bad. Luckily I don't live there anymore."
Oh, I saw that.
This one's scary for sure, but it'd be a whole lot scary if it were a cross instead of a picture. That would be unholy.
You don't want something that can just straight up fiddle with a cross.
Hill is a
Say what?
You don't want something that can just straight up fiddle with a cross.
No, I don't think so.
That means if you take the cross off the wall and start using it to defend yourself, it ain't gonna help.
Nope.
It's gonna slap it out your hand and laugh at you.
YouTuber who explores abandoned places. But the places he's gone to as of recent have left him unsettled. While checking out an abandoned factory, this happens.
What's that?
Yeah, peace out, homie. I'd peace the fuck out, dude. Literally.
Whoa!
Holy shit!
What was that? Hello? Hello?
See, here's the thing. If I'm ever going to go exploring in places like this, I ain't going alone.
Yeah, me either.
Because I ain't going alone, and I'm not going unarmed. Because, here's the thing.
Crazy homeless
Crazy
people could be a
motherfuckers
thing.
can come out of nowhere and basically stab you with a rusty, like, piece of metal.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a rusty piece of tin. Just like, honestly, man. The world, I don't take the world how I want it to be. I take the world as it is.
Hello?
All of a sudden he rounds the corner. All of a sudden he rounds the corner and there's just one random dude like, boom, motherfucker.
Nobody's in there.
But all of this is nothing compared to his latest tour inside an abandoned church.
It's the churches
Oh,
again.
you missed it.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going inside an abandoned church.
Nope.
Like I was saying before the video, like churches be creepy when nobody's in them.
Not going alone, at least.
Oh, hell no.
Hell no, dude. I saw that.
I mean, that could easily be fake, but... Yeah,
I can't imagine how terrifying it must be to explore these places alone and encounter stuff like this. But props to him for getting this on camera.
yeah.
If there's a place that I would stay away from at all costs, it would be the Clean Water Demon House in Reno, Nevada. A lot of people have died there, and it's also a hotspot for satanic rituals. So, when Patrick and Jason went over to this house, they couldn't believe the stuff they witnessed.
Oh, don't do this now.
Is there anybody in here with us? We thought we saw you on the stairs. Are you still there? Are you messing with that equipment? Let us know if you're messing with that.
Lights on.
I'm gonna say yes. Dude, what the is going on with this thing?
I don't know.
At the
it's
same
weirding
time.
out.
I don't know what it is about that staircase, but it just doesn't feel good. What was that?
What?
I don't think that was a shadow, but it was on the other side of that window.
Right as I was walking back into the house, I just happened to glance down at the camera's LED screen. I thought I saw some kind of black shadow behind that window, but I didn't even realize until I reviewed the footage that I'd captured probably one of the best shadow figures I've ever seen.
Yep.
And here's where it gets even more compelling. This is the shot from the camera that was sitting inside of that room. I'm going to sync up the audio from this camera to our cameras and show you that there's no explainable reason that something should have been behind that door.
I don't know what it is about that staircase, but it just doesn't feel good. What was that?
What?
I don't think that was a shadow. It was on the other side of that window.
Nothing there on the other camera.
Now that's scary.
Pretty scary.
Here's footage of someone who's being chased by La Llorona, the weeping woman, who is a ghostly entity that mourns over the death of her children who she killed. It's believed that she comes out in the dead of night, as the following video shows.
Oh yeah, I've seen this movie.
Run, bitch! Run!
Like, even if it's fake, it's pretty freaking cool.
She's on you. She's on you. Goodbye. La Llorona.
As someone who likes to walk at night, this terrifies me.
La Llorona, baby. That legend is still
Justice
terrifying.
Alexander has a small daughter who has an imaginary friend named Michael. But after capturing the following on video, Michael may not be imaginary at all. Who knows if what children are seeing are figments of their imagination or something else completely. Hopefully it's the former and not...
Actually, I saw that. I don't know if you can see it. Look at the shadow on the ball. Like, right as it's static right here. Watch the shadow disappear for just a second.
Former and not the latter. Or so...
I don't know.
I don't know if that's because the light's coming from like a kitchen, that there's like a corner that as soon as it moves, it rolls behind that corner, so it's not casting that shadow
right there.
anymore.
Look. Yeah, you see the shadows there?
Yeah.
And then
as soon as it moves, it's not.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's like a
harsh,
corner.
It's too harsh of a hit.
Yeah. The shadow would move. It wouldn't just disappear.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little bit fake looking because of that.
Or something else completely. Hopefully it's the former and not the latter.
I think you're right on that.
Sorry, guys.
It was close to being really good, but they screwed up on the shadow right there.
Just the little things, guys. Again, sorry. I mean, we're reacting to this. I mean, we're not just gonna sit here and just be like, "Oh yeah, that's like." We're gonna be critical.
That's what I do a lot of times when I watch scary stuff. I'm like, could it be real? If it could be real, like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sometimes it's not. Like the thing that like looked out of the room with the teeth. I'm like, I mean, who cares if it's real or not? It looked balling.
That was terrifying.
Like,
that was legit terrifying. If I looked on a camera and I saw that, I would legit like shit myself.
That's usually what I'm looking for when I watch scary stuff. I'm like, is it cool enough that it looks balling? If like it is, like, you know. So the shadow figures are usually a lot of times like meh, seen them 1,000 times, but like when you do them really well, kind of like the church and the guy that just saw the one behind the door.
Yeah.
Like even if they're fake, like it looked cool.
Turns to the place where he did a paranormal investigation. He goes back to do another one, but little does he know, something downright terrifying would occur.
Что сейчас было? Удар в окно.
That doll's creepy as shit.
Yep.
Smart.
Double barrel
Smart.
shotgun. Yeah, smart. He's just like, I packed this just in case of bear. Don't worry. Bear usually not show up. Usually.
Тут есть кто-нибудь?
He's even got it.
Oh! What did he just shoot?
Что это было?
I didn't expect him to actually shoot at something.
I hear it. I heard it, whatever the fuck it was. Reload, homie. Reload. I hear it too. Блядь. Russian Doomslayer, bitch. Like, you'll not need Doomslayer.
This literally looks like a video game at this point.
I swear. Okay, you know, I remembered the name of that game I was telling you about. I remember it now, and I saw, and they actually just released new gameplay footage of it, and I'm really excited. I'll probably show it to you after this. I will. Yeah, but anyway.
Tell me what the name of it is.
Ill.
Ill.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I've seen something about that.
I'll show you. I'll show you the footage that they have online. But anyway, yeah, this is literally Russian Doomslayer. He's just like, you not need Doomslayer armor. You just need cross and double barrel shotgun. It's like. I just keep hearing like BFG Division in my head.
You can call it Ghostbusters, but I'm calling Tim. Thanks for watching.
I agree.
What?
He's like, you can call the Ghostbusters, but I'm calling him.
Me too. I mean, double barrel shotgun and a cross. He's just like, I will tear everyone apart. And there's like, I will rip and tear.
So after he went back inside for stuff, he's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
It's like fuck this shit.
Fuck this entirely.
I'm not going to deal with this shit no more. Niet, no more. God. So yeah.
That was just so much more real feeling because he actually had a shotgun. He
Yes.
shot at something.
Yes.
It's just, even though we didn't see shit, it's just like the fact that this dude's willing to discharge a double barrel, like, shows that he was like either playing really scared or definitely really scared, you know.
I would probably say the latter. I mean, he was probably out there and then he probably did hear something and he probably did shoot to scare it off.
I don't think his reaction to the second sound was very safe necessarily.
No.
Because he heard that sound and, like, after the fact, obviously it didn't sound human, but he immediately turned and just shot in the direction of the noise. And what if it had been like a park ranger, like, you know, just another person coming to be like, oh, heard somebody was out here. He would have just blown somebody away.
He's just like, what the hell, man? You tried to shoot me? He's like, sorry, I thought you were a demon. He's like, demon? No, I'm park ranger. Here, I like this. I come up here to check on you. I heard you'd be up here. I was going to say, big fan of YouTube channel. Oh God. So this was actually really good. I mean, yeah, there were some we spotted as a little fake, some we think are a bit dodgy. That last one was definitely made this worth it because that one was easily one of my
This
favorites.
is probably the most unique, like, spooky YouTube clip I've ever seen, just because dude's actually carrying a cross and a shotgun.
Yeah.
Like, at the very least, it was entertaining as fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. And honestly, I'd probably pack the same strat. I'd probably pack that St. Michael's cross that my grandmother gave me, and just like have it with me and like holding it up, just like. And then of course I'd be packing like my I don't know. I'd probably have it up, or I'd have it mounted. I'd probably have it around my neck, and then I'd have my my Mossberg 12 gauge ready to go. I don't know. What about you, Nick? If you could pack a gun,
I don't think it's a great idea to take a gun when you know you're going somewhere that you might get spooked.
but
I mean, like, I think arming yourself with a knife is a good idea if you're gonna go, like, you know, a big knife. If you're gonna go
That's a
somewhere
knife.
like urban exploring where there could be crazy homeless people. That way you got a fucking machete in case somebody comes at you. Like, but if you know you're gonna be spooked, especially like, I mean, if you're going completely by yourself, that's one thing, and you know you're out in the middle of fucking nowhere where you know nobody else is probably gonna be. But you could still end up coming across the random, like, dude you didn't expect to be there and blowing him away by accident because you got yourself too psyched out.
yeah, true.
But at the same time, it's kind of like, that would make me feel a lot safer if I had a double-barreled shotgun while I was going to be exploring some creepy place, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'd pack my Mossberg 12 gauge because that thing's easy enough to tote around, and also it's super easy to shoot.
It's just, you'll feel safe while you're there, but you'll only feel safe up until you're sitting on the defense stand trying to explain why you blew away homeboy that just came to see what was going on. You know what I mean?
In all honesty, like, trigger discipline's a big thing.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. There's really no safety on a double barrel shotgun like that. Especially if you have both barrels back, or both barrels cocked.
Yeah.
For me, my 12 gauge has a safety on it. And before I, like, pull the safety back and then, you know, basically ready to shoot, I'm going to make sure what I'm aiming at is something that I don't want, that I'm afraid of, and is like trying to hurt me. Because that's the thing. You have to, like, if you're going to pack a gun, you need to be responsible. Responsible gun ownership and responsible, like, being responsible with, like, your handling of said weapon is the most important thing. Lo and behold, like God forbid, you know, you make a mistake and, you know, you do something terrible.
See, I want to actually make a version of, like, Doomslayer, like, paranormal investigator guy, and then just throw it out on YouTube on, like, a random side channel, and actually have some sort of creature in it with some good makeup effects and shit that comes at somebody and actually gets shot and blows open and falls down and shit, and just throw it up like it's supposed to be, like, I don't know if this is real, you know?
Yeah.
I think that'd be great, because
Yeah.
everybody who saw that would be like, what the fuck?
What in the absolute hell?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Like, make it look like there was a fucking actual, like, alien bug creature coming after somebody in the woods, and they shot it.
That'd be terrifying.
Like, you know, they went all fucking, what's that? Galactic Space Troopers. Yeah, Space Troopers.
Oh, yeah, Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. It's all right. Well, that was definitely a good scary comp. I mean, Bizarre Bub, I mean, that was a good one. And thank you to whoever recommended that on our Discord. As a matter of fact, hold on. It was Wesker Stars 1987. Thank you very much for the recommendation, my friend. And he's a Patreon supporter. He's a patron saint. So thank you very much for your patronage, and thank you very much for that request. So I guess that's going to do it, everyone. So until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
We'll see you then, everybody. Peace out.